I am at 30 West Patrick Street with Ashley Goldsborough. How are you?
I'm good. Just back from vacation.
I know. All glowing and tan. I look very pale next to her. It's okay, though. I'm not sick. It's all good. I've just been working. You are my Rotary president. Congratulations.
Thank you
just
very
starting
much.
your term there. And you work for Family Heritage Trust Company, which I found out does investments and trust accounts with not minimums like you have at the banks, right?
Correct. So Family Heritage was founded 17 years ago by a group of attorneys and CPAs in the area who felt that there was an underserved market for special needs trusts because of a lot of the corporate trustees, the big banks had such a high threshold to take on a trustee role. And there's such a void that can be filled by a small trust account, and that was really what the company was founded on. But we also do investment management for IRAs and regular investment agency accounts as well.
So really, but it kind of got founded because of the special needs?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep. But I would say that's probably only about a quarter of our business is actually the trustee services. But we work with a lot of local attorneys and CPAs, and that's where our referral sources come from. So,
very nice.
And we've reached out, and we've got some stuff now coming from divorce attorneys. So, you know, people that haven't been handling their own finances and now are in a situation that they need to do that, or want to leave funds to kids and don't necessarily want an ex in charge of the assets. That's where a corporate trustee can really be helpful. And personal injury attorneys. So when they're getting money from a settlement that needs to be separated for the individual who can't have full access to that, that's when we can come in and serve as the investment manager and trustee.
And how long have you worked? I mean, is this this always been something you've done?
Yes.
This is so way above my head. I'm just like flicking through my brain like a trust and all of that. And
so it came very organically. I started working as a teller and when I was still in college at a local bank. And then once I got my degree, they had a position in the trust department. And my boss at the time said, hey, you got your degree. You want to come back here and work now? So I started as an administrator. And what I like to say the difference between banking and trustee services is banking's very transactional and black and white. And there's a start to finish in a daily thing. Your desk can be cleared. And then in trustee services, it's very much welcome to the world of 50 Shades of Gray. No trust account is the same. No beneficiary is the same. No day looks the same. So it's an adjustment on that end, but it definitely keeps it exciting. And the things that become meaningful to the clients that you work with, I unclogged a lady's vacuum cleaner one day because she couldn't bend over to pick up the hooks off her Christmas tree and it had clogged her vacuum, and she's like, I think my vacuum's just not working. So I'm sitting on her floor digging the stuff out of it. But you know, it's that kind of stuff that really builds the relationship and the emotional bank account, as we like to call it. So it's those extra steps that we do, and it's been a great fit. But I've been with Family Heritage for just over 2 years now. But I've been in the industry since 2006.
Okay, awesome. Why Rotary?
Why not Rotary? Is really
I
the question.
say that all the time. That is
really the question in Frederick County.
It is.
So I got involved in Rotary actually in 2016. I went to what they called a Generation Lead event. They were trying to get younger members of the community interested in Rotary. So I was down in College Park. We did a leadership development seminar in the morning and then went out and planted a bunch of trees in a very hot, humid day, I believe in September. But then it just timing-wise with work, I was having my daughter. Timing just didn't seem like I was really able to make the commitment. And then in 2020, it came around again. And it's really just Rotary as a whole, as an international organization. And then we've got such a local presence here in Frederick. There are 7 Rotary clubs and over 500 Rotarians, which for this geographic imprint is not a common situation. But it's a great way to connect with people on the fellowship aspect and then be able to motivate and get people involved on a service level. So with our club with Key City, in addition to having what our normal lunch meetings are, a lot of the clubs do a weekly meeting. We do it twice a month, and then we try to have a service project and a fellowship event outside of those so that we're really focusing on prioritizing both of those aspects as well.
And actually, that's so 2020 you joined? And it's 2024 and you're president.
Yep, and we chartered Key City in 2022.
Yes, 2022. So the trajectory of that, Were you intending on kind of
No,
doing?
no.
Every president says that.
When we chartered the club, I said, let me be secretary because that's a 3-year commitment, and I like the behind the scenes piece.
Yes,
Give me all the paperwork, the spreadsheets, and I can boss people around behind the scenes. But I am not much on the in front of it. I also completed Leadership Frederick in 2022 to 2023. That sounds, my dates are all messed up right now. And as I learned, a lot of that is I'm becoming what we've called a reluctant leader. Like I will do the things, but I need that gentle kick out of the nest to be like, you got this.
You got this.
So when we were kind of doing some succession planning at the board level, everyone's like, you're already kind of doing a lot of this. Why don't you take the reins? And I never thought I would be comfortable getting up in front of a room full of 100 people and speaking confidently, albeit quickly at times, because I get ahead of myself. But at this point, it's because I'm excited, not because I'm anxious.
Yeah.
And it's such a great group to work with. I mean, we've got such wonderful members from all aspects of the community. Everybody is always willing to lend a hand on the service projects, on the fellowships, on the plannings. It's going to be an easy ship to steer this year, I hope.
Yeah, look, I think so. And I think if there's anything, again, there's such a group, the energy is amazing, and a lot of people do hopefully take the reins in the sense that you're not pulling everybody up, up the hill, right? You're getting boosted up the hill as you go, which is really phenomenal. You have been involved in so many projects right now, even leading up to now. Is there any that's kind of stood out to you that you were like, okay, this is really, I'm in the right group, I'm doing the right things at all?
It's a lot of the stuff since we've really focused on being family forward, being able to bring my daughter to a lot of the service projects. So as we're driving through downtown and she's pointing, Mom, that's the park we clean up, or when are we going to stuff those backpacks again? And when do I get to see my Rotary friends? I mean, she's just as comfortable in the club as I am. And being spread so thin as a almost 40 on Thursday woman trying to do all the things and prioritize family and your job, having a supportive employer, a supportive family, and being able to incorporate all of those things really makes it a very holistic experience so that I'm getting the best of all of the worlds.
Yes.
And it makes it want to be able to spend my time doing it because I can have her along for the ride. And my husband, he joked the other day, he's like, I know enough people now, maybe I need to join Rotary too. So,
but you're right, really, when you have that support at work, at home, it doesn't make it like, oh my gosh, I have to go here. It's like, oh, we get to
do this
today. To go do it. Yeah, which I totally agree. Is there any goals that you have for this year, whether personally or professionally, that you're really kind of looking to achieve at all?
So this is going to sound kind of weird, but I want to be the one doing less.
Yes.
My goal is to really empower, at the Rotary level, our club members to really step up to committee roles and leadership roles and start to build out that leadership pipeline.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of that in the last just 3 months, being able to offload some things off my plate, and things still get done fabulously, seamlessly, without me having to be the one to do them.
Yeah.
And same thing, I think, professionally, really taking stock in the team that we have and not having to be, I'm a little type A control freak.
Yeah.
So being able to step back from that and know that things can still get done. Coming back from vacation and having a bunch of emails, but all of them had been addressed and there's not a whole lot of things I need to do today.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's always a nice deep breath to take after a week like vacation.
Yes, it is for sure. Do you think that this maybe a shift in your thinking came from Leadership Frederick County that you participated in, or just kind of age and wisdom, or
probably a combination of all of those things? But Leadership Frederick County was a wonderful experience. I've been in Frederick. We moved here in 1989. I did all of my schooling through Frederick County Public Schools, did time at Mount St. Mary's and at McDaniel and Westminster. So I'm local. I thought I knew all the things there were to know about Frederick County, but Leadership Frederick really pulled back that curtain on just how a lot of the stuff in the county works and how the collaboration is, and seeing the benefits of that. And I know a lot of people in Frederick. I walked into this class of 50 people and there were only about 6 that I knew.
Yeah.
And I've walked out of there with a whole new network and perspective on people doing things that don't normally cross my plate or where I'm at. So it's been a very enlightening experience across the way. And I think, it has kind of changed my thinking and approach to a lot of things.
If there was one thing you wanted people to know about you, what would that be? What would you say you'd want people? What's your legacy, Miss Ashley, starting on this journey of Rotary and just being a mom and being a working mom at that.
That you can do it all, but you don't have to do it all.
Right.
Being able to do the things is great, but in being able to recognize your limits and just be a good example for my daughter. I mean, I want her to be growing up to be a good person, and I'm seeing glimmers of it now. And then when she can reiterate that it's stuff that we've done together or she's seen me do, it's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. And that's a great legacy. If you can leave that to your daughter to feel confident, but know that there are limits to all of us and it's okay,
Yep.
right? That's amazing. We want to thank Ashley Goldsborough. You can find her right here at 30 West Patrick Street. Just if you have to knock on the door, don't ask for a tissue. That's for later. That's for later. All right, thanks. We'll see you next time.